Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking an in-depth look at the Ocean to Orbit Lhotse, a watch that positions itself as an affordable yet highly capable offering of a classic Explorer style timepiece. With a strong focus on vintage design, versatility and value, the Lhotse offers an impressive feature set at a price point that makes it highly competitive. But does it live up to expectations? Let's find out. But before we begin, if you're enjoying my honest watch reviews, don't forget to like this video to support the channel, comment below with your thoughts on the watch, and subscribe for more personalized watch content. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Ocean to Orbit is a relatively new Australian microbrand focused on creating watches for watch enthusiasts. Their philosophy is all about exceptional quality and attention to detail at an accessible price point, so that budding and seasoned watch enthusiasts alike can enjoy quality timepieces with a story to get behind. After meeting them at the Between the Lugs watch fair in Sydney, I was intrigued by their watch, and so with a big thanks to Sid, I have a chance to spend some time with and review the Lhotse. The Lhotse is their debut model, named after the fourth highest mountain in the world, adjacent to Mount Everest. This naming choice reflects the brand's ambition to produce a watch designed for adventure and exploration. In fact, Ocean to Orbit is so confident in their watch that they put it to the test on the wrist of mountaineer Purnima Shrestha in her summit of the Lhotse Peak. This modern-day recreation of the fabled tale behind the legendary Rolex Explorer is an awesome part of Ocean to Orbit's brand legacy. With that in mind, let's take a look at the packaging and unboxing experience. The Lhotse arrives in a super substantial packaging here with this huge outer box. On the cover is a topographic map of the Lhotse mountain and some descriptions of Purnima's journey to the summit. Removing the cover reveals the outer box that houses the inner box and a little drawer compartment below it. Inside the drawer is a complimentary microfiber cloth, the watch operational manual, and a 2-year international warranty card. Opening the inner box reveals the Ocean to Orbit Lhotse Mission Green on the steel bracelet. At first glance, the watch immediately impresses with its clean aesthetics and matte green dial. It certainly evokes the spirit of an explorer's watch in a vintage style. I can only describe the packaging and unboxing experience of the Lhotse as luxurious at this price point. From the cover to the manual drawer and the lined inner box, it's evident that much thought and effort was put into the packaging, which is easily an afterthought for many brands. Now let's take a closer look at the watch in detail. Starting with the case, it measures 38.5mm in diameter, which I think is a sweet spot for an everyday adventurer watch. The lug-to-lug distance comes in at 46mm and thickness is 11.8mm. It's relatively slim for a watch with 100 meters of water resistance, giving it a great balance of functionality, understated aesthetics, and wrist presence. The case is crafted from 316L stainless steel and features an all-brush finish, reinforcing its rugged tool watch aesthetic. The brushing on the case is extremely fine and gives the watch a harmonious aesthetic together with the bracelet. The bezel ring and the case chamfers are the only source of polishing on the watch, providing the brushing with some much needed contrast. Covering the dial is a flat box sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, which ensures both durability and readability in various lighting conditions. The watch also comes with a solid screw-down caseback and unguarded crown, both stamped with the brand's logo. Speaking of the dial, this particular version is the Mission Green colorway, featuring a deep matte shade with vertical brushing that gives the watch just the right amount of pizzazz. Applied on the dial are baton-style markers with a triangle at the 12 and a unique broadsword-style handset. The large applied markers are also filled with lume, which has a very strong low-light performance, and you should have no issue reading the watch in the darkness. The watch uniquely features no chapter ring, instead opting to print the chapter ring markings directly onto the dial with 5-minute markings for that traditional field watch aesthetic. And the lack of chapter ring gives the watch a unique, flattened appearance while magnifying its wrist presence, ensuring legibility in harsher conditions. The Lhotse is powered by the STP-1-21 no-date movement. This is a high beat movement operating at 28,800 vibrations per hour and offering hacking and hand winding. As an entry-level Swiss-made movement in the same league as the Sellita SW200 and ETA 2824, the quality and performance of the movement can be ensured, allowing you to enjoy a solid 40 hours of power reserve. The Lhotse comes with a 3-link stainless steel bracelet, which has solid end links for a secure fit and tapers from 20mm down to 16 at the clasp. The bracelet is well made with great articulation, but the one thing of note is its thinness and looser tolerances, which was done to add a vintage feel to the watch. The bracelet definitely ranks high on the jingly jangly test, so you should be aware of this if you enjoy a more solid feeling bracelet. The watch links are adjustable via solid screw pins, which shows that the feel of the bracelet is more of a design choice than a sign of cheap quality. Ocean to Orbit also includes a color-matched fabric strap with the Lhotse, which adds to the field watch aesthetic, but sadly I was not provided one for this review. Overall, in terms of specifications, the Lhotse delivers an impressive package, combining a design aesthetic full of vintage Explorer charm and a well-chosen movement, all at a very competitive price point. But of course, specs are one thing, but let's get it on wrist and see how it wears. On my 6.5-inch wrist, the 38.5mm case diameter feels just right. It has just enough presence to be substantial, yet remains compact for everyday wear. The 11.8mm may seem thick on paper, but the curved design of the case allows it to slip under any cuff with ease. The watch is easily legible from all positions, and the lightweight bracelet makes for an unbothered wearing experience. Now, every watch has pros and cons, so let's break down what the Lhotse does well and where there may be room for improvement. Starting with the positives, the size and the overall design of the watch is spot on. At 38.5mm, the watch will wear incredibly well on a range of wrist sizes from 5.5 to 8 inches. It strikes a great balance between being compact and versatile while still having enough presence on the wrist due to the clever design choice to remove the chapter ring and enlarge the dial. The finishing on all surfaces of the watch is to a high degree of detail, and I can't find any fault in the finished product. And there is enough design flair on the watch with its sword handset, vertically brushed dial and polished chamfered edges to stop it from becoming boring. Lastly, the design itself is incredibly versatile. It blends elements of a field watch, an explorer, and even a dive watch, making it a great option for someone who wants to start with a single timepiece for all occasions. As for the cons, to be honest, I was hard pressed to find many negatives about the watch, but one thing I need to mention is about the overall feel of the watch. As I explained earlier, the watch is vintage inspired, meaning that many cons that are present in vintage watches are also present in this watch. From a jingly jangly lightweight bracelet to a basic and short fold-over clasp, those who have the keywords solid and rugged in mind may be disappointed with the on-wrist experience of this watch. If you compare the watch with something of the same category, such as the Nevada Gretchen Antarctic or Seiko Alpinist, you may find that the Lhotse feels cheap in comparison because it lacks the solid and secure feeling of other Explorer-style watches. but this is more an observation of the watch rather than a critique. Overall, the Lhotse delivers strong specs, great proportions, and a unique design at a competitive price, making it a compelling choice for those looking for an affordable alternative to start their quest for the luxury Explorer watches that are out of reach to many. If you appreciate well-crafted vintage-style watches and enjoy the idea of supporting an independent Australian watch brand, this is certainly worth considering. So, if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.